The camera pans across the vibrant set of The View, where the audience cheers enthusiastically as the hosts take their seats. Whoopi Goldberg, with her signature dreadlocks and sharp wit, sits at the center, flanked by Joy Behar, Sarah Haynes, Sunny Hostin, and Alyssa Farah-Griffin. The theme music fades out, and Whoopi leans forward, addressing the camera with a mischievous grin. Welcome back to The View, folks. Today, we've got a real treat for you. Joining us is the one and only Jason Momoa, star of Aquaman, Dune, and so much more. But Jason, we've got to talk about that recent interview where you called out some Hollywood bigwigs. What's the story there? Jason Momoa strides onto the stage, his long hair flowing, muscles rippling under a casual Hawaiian shirt, and he waves to the crowd, who erupts in applause. He hugs each host warmly, saving a firm handshake for Whoopi. Thanks for having me, ladies. Yeah, that interview I was just being honest about the industry. Too many people talking big on environment but not walking the walk. Joy chimes in. Jason, you're known for your activism, plastic pollution, climate change. You're out there surfing and protesting, but some say it's all for show. Jason laughs deeply, his voice booming. Nah, Joy, it's real. I grew up in Hawaii, man. The ocean's my home. When I see corporations dumping waste, I get fired up. Sarah adds. But Jason, Whoopi here has some thoughts on celebrities and activism. Whoopi adjusts her glasses, her expression turning serious. Look, Jason, I admire your passion, but let's be real. You fly private jets to these protests, star in blockbusters that glorify violence and excess. Isn't that hypocritical? You're part of the problem you're railing against. The audience murmurs, and Jason's smile fades slightly, his eyes narrowing. Whoopi, with all due respect, that's not fair. I offset my carbon footprint, support indigenous causes. What about you? Hosting the show, pushing products. Say we're all in this system. Sunny interjects. Hold on, Jason. Whoopi's been fighting for equality and rights longer than most, but your point about the system is valid. Alyssa nods. It's a tough balance in Hollywood. Jason leans back, crossing his arms. Exactly, but calling me out without context? That's low. I've built water wells in Africa, protected reefs. What have the critics done besides tweet? Whoopi raises an eyebrow. Jason, don't get defensive. I'm just saying, actions speak louder than words. Your movies make billions, but do they change anything? Jason fires back, his tone firm but respectful. They inspire people. Whoopi. Aquaman got kids thinking about oceans. Your show's great for discussion, but sometimes it feels like got the moments. Let's focus on solutions, not attacks. The tension builds as the audience claps sporadically, and Joy tries to lighten the mood. Okay, let's not turn this into a wrestling match. Though Jason, you'd win. Laughter ripples through, but Jason shakes his head. Nah, I'm here for real talk. Whoopi, I respect your legacy, but firing shots at me? Come on, we've both faced industry BS. Let's team up instead. Whoopi smirks. Team up? Alright, big guy. Tell me your plan. Jason dives in, describing his latest initiative for ocean conservation, detailing partnerships with NGOs, celebrity endorsements, and grassroots efforts. The conversation shifts, with hosts asking probing questions, Jason answering passionately, weaving in personal anecdotes from his childhood in Iowa and Hawaii, his climbing adventures, and how fatherhood fuels his drive. As the segment progresses, the initial spark of conflict evolves into a lively debate, with Whoopi conceding some points. Okay, Jason, you make a good case. Maybe I was too quick. Jason grins. Appreciate that. Respect goes both ways. The audience applauds as they move to commercial. The energy electric. Back from break, the hosts reconvene with Jason Momoa still on the couch, sipping water and chatting off mic with Sarah about fitness routines. Whoopi steers the conversation back. Alright, Jason, before we let you go, let's address the elephant in the room. That viral clip where you seem to shade talk shows like ours, said they're all fluff and no substance. Care to elaborate? Jason chuckles, rubbing his beard. Whoopi, that was taken out of context. I was talking about certain formats that prioritize drama over depth, but The View, you guys tackle real issues, politics, Social justice. I watch when I can. Joy quips. Flattery will get you everywhere. Jason. The laughter eases the air, but Whoopi presses on. Come on, don't sugarcoat it. You implied hosts like me stir the pot for ratings. That's firing back at us before we even start. Jason sits up straighter, his expression earnest. If that's how it came across, my bad. But let's be honest, media loves controversy. I get asked about my divorce more than my work. It's exhausting. Sonny adds. Jason, privacy is key, but as public figures, we're fair game. Whoopi, you've dealt with that forever. Whoopi nods. Damn right. But Jason, when you post shirtless pics and party videos, you're inviting scrutiny. Own it. Jason fires back again, his voice rising slightly. Own it? I do, but twisting my words to make me the bad guy? That's not journalism. Whoopi, you've called out tabloids yourself. Why defend this system now? Alyssa interjects. It's a double-edged sword. Fame gives a platform but takes privacy. The debate heats up, with Jason sharing stories of paparazzi hounding his kids, how he's sued outlets for lies, and his push for better media ethics. Whoopi counters with her experiences in the 80s, facing racism and sexism in Hollywood, how she's used her voice on The View to amplify underrepresented stories. Jason, you're a white passing Hawaiian dude with ABS for days. Privilege check. Jason pauses, then responds thoughtfully. Fair point. I acknowledge that. My heritage is Hawaiian and German-Irish. I've spoken on indigenous rights. But dismissing my struggles? That's not cool. The audience gasps at the directness, and Sarah tries to mediate. Both of you have valid perspectives. Let's find common ground. Jason agrees, outlining a proposal for a joint charity event, perhaps focusing on environmental justice in marginalized communities. Whoopi warms to the idea. All right, Momoa, you're on, but no private jets. Laughter ensues, and Jason plays along. Delay will kayak there. As the talk continues, they delve into Jason's upcoming projects, like Fast X and his directing debut, sharing behind-the-scenes tales of stunts and co-stars. Whoopi shares her take on current films, praising Dune but critiquing superhero fatigue. Jason defends the genre. It's escapism with messages. Like your comedy makes people think while laughing. The segment wraps with mutual respect, Jason hugging Whoopi tightly. Thanks for the real talk. You're a legend. Whoopi smiles. Back at ya, kid. Stay fierce. Applause thunders as Jason waves goodbye, the hosts teasing him about a return visit. The show resumes after another commercial, with the hosts reflecting on Jason's appearance. But wait, Jason pops back on stage unexpectedly, microphone in hand. Hold up, ladies, I forgot something. The audience cheers wildly as he sits down again. Whoopi looks surprised but amused. Jason, what brings you back? Miss us already? Jason grins. Kinda. But seriously, Whoopi, that comment about my privilege, it stuck with me. I want to address it properly. Joy leans in. Oh, this is getting good. Jason continues. Growing up, I faced bullying for my mixed heritage. Hollywood typecast me as the brute. But yeah, I have advantages. Let's use them for good. Whoopi responds. That's mature. Jason, many stars dodge that, but firing back at me on live TV? Bold move. Jason laughs. Hey, you started it. Nah, it's all love. Your work in activism inspired me. The conversation deepens, exploring intersectionality, with Sonny sharing legal insights on representation, Sarah on media bias, and Alyssa on political angles. Jason opens up about his environmental foundation, detailing specific projects like coral restoration in Hawaii and anti-poaching in Africa. It's not just talk. Hey, we're funding scholarships for indigenous youth. Whoopi nods approvingly. Impressive. But Jason, your brand motorcycles, beer endorsements clashes with eco-warrior image. Jason fires back once more, passionately. Clashes? Motorcycles can be electric now. Beer? Mine's sustainable, low-water brew. Research before judging. The audience oos, and Whoopi concedes with a chuckle. Touch a tilde copyright. You got me there. They pivot to lighter topics, Jason recounting funny on-set mishaps, like nearly drowning in Aquaman gear, or pranks with Dune cast. Whoopi shares ghost stories, Patrick Swayze memories. The chemistry sparks, turning confrontation into camaraderie. As time winds down, Jason proposes a challenge. Whoopi, join me on a beach cleanup next month. Show the world unity. Whoopi agrees. You're on, but no surfing AI'd sink. Laughter fills the studio, and Jason high-fives the panel. The segment ends on a high note, with hosts praising Jason's candor. Post-show buzz suggests this exchange goes viral, highlighting respectful disagreement in polarized times. Jason's firing back becomes a meme, but positively, emphasizing dialogue over division. They discuss more on climate policies, Jason advocating for carbon taxes, Whoopi on social equity ties. Banter ensues, with audience Q where a fan asks about dream collabs. Jason says working with Whoopi on a comedy. She retorts, only if you play my sidekick. More laughs, solidifying the moment. Reflecting on the heated yet productive exchange, the video script continues with a montage of audience reactions. Social media clips flashing on screen showing tweets like Jason Momoa just schooled Whoopi, #The View and Whoopi holding her ground a queen, #Jason Momoa. Back in the studio, the hosts wrap up, but Jason's impact lingers. Whoopi addresses the camera solo later. Folks, that was real TV. Jason brought fire, and I respect it. Cut to Jason in a post-interview clip. Whoopi's tough, but fair. Learned a lot. The narrative expands to explore Backstreet, Jason's prep for the show, knowing Whoopi's rep for tough questions. He arrives early, chats with producers about avoiding pitfalls. On air, when Whoopi questions his environmental creds, citing a report on film set waste, Jason counters with data. Our Aquaman set recycled 90%. Check the stats, Whoopi pushes, but global impact? Hollywood's carbon footprint is huge. Jason fires back, true, but I'm pushing for green standards union-wide. What about TV, lights, travel? A same boat. Debate intensifies, hosts jumping in with stats from recent studies. Jason shares personal drive, losing family land to development, fueling his activism. Whoopi relates, discussing her advocacy for women's rights amid industry scandals. Common ground emerges on Me Too. Jason praising Whoopi's voice. You paved the way, she replies, and you're continuing it. But stay humble. Laughter breaks tension as Jason jokes about his height intimidating hosts. I feel like a giant here. Joy teases, you are. Conversation flows to family. Jason on co-parenting post-divorce, emphasizing positivity. Whoopi shares parenting wisdom. Kids first, always. As segment extends, they tackle pop culture. Jason's Game of Thrones days, Whoopi on Star Trek. Mutual admiration shines. Jason ends strong. Whoopi, thanks for the spark. Iron sharpens iron. She smiles. Anytime. Aquaman. Applause echoes. Video fading to credits with highlights. This script captures raw, unfiltered dialogue, blending conflict with resolution for engaging viewing. Diving deeper into the aftermath, the video script imagines extended footage of Jason and Whoopi off-camera, sharing a laugh over coffee. No hard feelings? Jason asks. Whoopi, none. That's showbiz. The main script resumes with panel discussion sans Jason, hosts analyzing the fireback moment. Sunny, he held his own respectfully. Sarah, Whoopi's questions were spot on. Joy, sparks flew. Ratings gold. Whoopi reflects, Jason's passionate reminds me of young me. Flashbacks intercut. Jason's entrance replayed in slow-mo, his retorts highlighted. Narrative builds on potential collaboration, scripting a hypothetical follow-up episode where they co-host a special on activism. Jason arrives in eco-friendly attire, Whoopi in bold prints. They open, Welcome to the View, Activism Edition. Topics range from climate to equality, Jason detailing ocean plastic stats. 8 million tons yearly. Whoopi linking to poverty cycles. Guests join virtually, activists, scientists. Jason fires back playfully at a skeptic caller. Data doesn't lie. Act now. Whoopi moderates, hear him out. Energy peaks with a pledge drive. Viewers donating live. Jason's charisma draws pledges. Whoopi's wisdom seals deals. Post-show, they high-five. We make a team, Jason says. Whoopi, damn right. Script includes bloopers. Jason fumbling lines. Whoopi cracking up. This adds humanity, showing stars as relatable. Overall, The video portrays growth through confrontation, inspiring viewers to engage civilly. Extended monologues, Jason on heritage pride, Whoopi on career hurdles, dialogue rich with humor, facts, emotion perfect for long-form content. Concluding the epic script, the video wraps with a compilation of fan reactions, celebrities tweeting support Dwayne Johnson, brother Jason speaking truth. Oprah, Whoopi always brings it. Narrative ties back to the title, emphasizing Jason's firing back as empowerment, not aggression. In a final imagined scene, Jason and Whoopi reunite at a gala, toasting to real conversations. Jason says, "Whoopi, into firing back when needed." Laughter ensues. The script's depth explores themes, celebrity accountability, media roles, personal evolution. Jason's responses showcase vulnerability, admitting flaws while defending principles. Whoopi's probes highlight journalistic integrity. Hosts' inputs balance perspectives, creating multifaceted discourse. Visuals described, close-ups on expressions, crowd shots capturing tension, release. Sound design, dramatic music swells during clashes, uplifting tunes for resolutions. This long-form video script, devoid of formal scenes, flows narratively through paragraphs, immersing viewers in the dynamic exchange. Ultimately, it celebrates dialogue's power, turning potential feud into alliance, leaving audiences inspired and entertained.